Clara and the Sound of the River. In a quiet village nestled deep in the Amazon rainforest, there lived a girl named Clara. She was 11, quiet as a breeze, and most comfortable barefoot by the river, with her dog, Lobo, at her side. The village was small, a cluster of wooden homes built on stilts to keep above the rainy season's floods. The people lived close to nature, and even closer to each other. Everyone knew everyone. Clara's father was the village's only fisherman. He taught her how to listen to the birds, to the trees, and especially to the river. "The river always speaks," he'd say. "You just have to be still enough to hear it." The fear she carried, Clara had a secret. She was afraid of one thing above all else: the deep water. Even though the Amazon River flowed just beyond her doorstep, even though kids swam in it every day, Clara never joined them. She would dip her toes in and sit on the shore, smiling politely, but her chest would tighten if the water rose too high. Once, when she was little, she'd slipped into a stream during a storm and was swept a short distance before her uncle saved her. Ever since, water deeper than her knees terrified her. The storm. One August evening, thick clouds rolled in like a pack of wolves. The sky turned charcoal gray. Rain began to fall slowly at first, then all at once. The river swelled, branches snapped. The water turned from clear to coffee brown. It was the worst flood in years. Clara and her family hurried to move their things to the upper shelves. The village's alarm bell rang, a metal triangle clanged by the chief, warning everyone to stay inside. But in the middle of the storm, someone shouted, "Lucas is missing!" Lucas was Clara's classmate, just 6 years old and always getting into trouble. Someone had seen him chasing a chicken right toward the riverbank. The adults scrambled, but the water was rising fast. Boats were tied up. Everyone was yelling, but no one had seen where Lucas went. Clara looked at the river, then at Lobo, who was barking toward the mangroves. She felt her legs tremble. The last place she wanted to go was anywhere near that water. But she remembered something her father once told her. "Being brave doesn't mean you're not scared, Clara. It means you go forward anyway because someone needs you." Into the water. Without a word, Clara grabbed a long bamboo stick, tied a small lantern to her belt, and whistled for Lobo. Together, they followed the dog's nose toward the mangroves. The ground was muddy, the rain slicing down. Her heart pounded, and then she heard it. "Help!" A faint voice, high-pitched, crying. Lucas. He had gotten tangled in the roots of a tree, water already at his chest. He was holding onto a thick branch, barely keeping afloat. Clara froze. The water was too deep to wade through. The only way was to swim. Her knees buckled. Her old fear bubbled up like a scream inside her. But then she looked at Lucas, pale, crying, eyes wide with fear. And she knew what she had to do. The rescue. Clara took a deep breath and stepped into the river. One foot, then the next. She couldn't feel the bottom anymore. She let go of her fear and paddled. Her strokes weren't perfect. Her breaths came hard. But she moved. She reached Lucas, handed him the bamboo stick to hold onto, and carefully towed him back with Lobo swimming beside them. By the time they reached land, adults had finally seen their lantern light and came running. The next morning, the storm passed. The village was muddy but safe, and everyone knew what Clara had done. They clapped her on the back, told the story over breakfast, and even the chief said, "You were the bravest among us." Clara just smiled. She still felt afraid when she stood near the river, but now she also felt stronger than the fear. And sometimes, when she stood quietly at the edge, she could swear she heard the river whisper, "You were listening." Moral of the story: courage doesn't mean you aren't afraid. It means you move forward anyway, for something greater than fear.